Hey everyone, want to welcome you into this module. Now, the first thing I want to cover in this module is going to just go over whether you, yes, you, should start a one-product store, a niche store, or a general store. But first, you need to understand what all of those are. So, a one-product dropshipping store. This is a Shopify store where you have one singular product as the focus. If I invented this hat and I only sold this hat, I would have a one product store where I didn't sell anything else and I was known as the guy that sells the Colorado hat. That would essentially be my brand. Now that's cool. However, one of the things that we always look to do is try to expand into a brand that can sell multiple products. The reason we expand usually into more products is because a one product store, it's amazing for building trust with your customers. However, as you grow your dropshipping business, you're going to understand and learn that selling just one product is usually not enough. You need to expand into other complementary products that go hand in hand. For example, if I sell this hat, maybe I could sell them in other colors. That way, customers would want to buy more than just one product on my store, building out the lifetime value of each customer. That's why we sometimes do niche stores, which again is pretty much what I just explained. If you sell one hat on a one product store, a niche comparison would be you sell similar hats in different colors, different styles, but all in the same niche of Colorado hats. Now, that is another style, and that's what we typically stay in for dropshipping stores, simply because you can still brand the website and you still have that focus on one specific audience, which is what we like to do, because then we can implement that into our copy, into all of our video ads that we use for TikTok, and into everything that we do. We have a voice that speaks to a direct target audience that we have in mind. That's how we run our business. However, some people also prefer general stores, and general stores are when you sell hats. Let's say you sell headphones and I don't know, you sell phone cases, something completely random. That is called a general store. You have no real focus on what you're trying to sell. You just sell everything. Think of Target compared to Best Buy. Best Buy sells tech, Target sells tech, towels, toilet paper, random stuff, clothes. They sell everything. And so that is the difference. I personally prefer niche stores. However, you should definitely do your own research and find what works best with you. The reason I say that is because general stores work well for people who are beginners. If you don't know what niche is a good niche to sell in, then you can't pick one right now. If you don't know what product is a winner, you can't have a one product store yet. So you first have to start potentially at the general level, test all sorts of different products, find what products you prefer selling, and then move into a niche store or a one product store and go with it like that. So that's my take on one product store versus niche versus general. They all have a purpose. However, you just have to find yours in the market and plug and play in one of those categories. And so you just need to find what works best for you and then stick with that. To clarify, we personally do one product stores, then expand into niche stores as we grow the business to keep making more money and also to look more so like a brand rather than just a one product dropship store. Hopefully this made sense to all of you guys. Make your decision based on that. However, for this module, I'm going to show you how to make a one product or a niche store. It applies for general stores as well. You'll just need to change a few different things. However, the store structure is not too crazy different. So that's honestly a plus for you. But with all of that said, let's now get into creating the Shopify store that you guys are going to be using to start selling your own dropshipping products. So I will see you in the next video where we will begin building out your own Shopify store. Now that I've gone over one product stores, niche stores, and general stores, let's create a store. So I'm on Shopify. I'm using a link that I will provide below to get $1 a month for Shopify. Once you put your email in, you will have a dashboard similar to this. Now, this is the homepage. This is where, and I can show you what it's going to look like. Your account will look like this once you actually have the store running. Here is one of our stores for today, 7K in sales, pretty good. So homepage, that's what we'll show right here. It's going to be sessions, orders, and stuff like that. Then you'll have orders. That's where you have all of your customer data and what the customers ordered and all of that stuff. Then you'll have products right here. This is where you can create new products and do all of that good stuff to actually have products on your website. And I will show you how to access, and more specifically, just how to use all of these different little tabs. And then you'll have customers, that's your customers' emails and stuff like that. Content, finances, analytics. Analytics is something I use quite often. This is where you'll start to see your overall sales by channel, store sessions, average order value, orders, conversion rate, and stuff like that. Good metrics to keep in mind. However, it's just something I like to check on sometimes. So that's where your analytics will be. And then you'll have your online store. This is a new store that I just created for this video. And this is where you'll start creating these storefronts. This is what people are going to be seeing. It's going to be your theme, your pages, your navigation, and everything else in between. So for now, I'm not going to start creating the store. We will do that next video. However, I will show you settings. This is going to be store details, plan. If you select the plan, you'll see it right here. Billing, permissions. If you need to add team members, you can add them right there. You'll have shipping. Shipping is where you'll start inputting your shipping prices and if you want to do free shipping or not, all of that good stuff, and just tons of other stuff. Policies right here. This is something we'll be using, but that's just a little bit of a rundown. You can also buy domains directly on Shopify, but for now, I just wanted to walk you guys through how to make a Shopify account and a store, and then how to understand the whole platform as a whole. Now in the next video, I just got a sale, distracted me, but in the next video, I'm gonna talk about building out the logo, picking a name, and then once we have all that stuff done, then we'll move into making the store. And so I will see you in the next video where we talk about making the logo, and then the fun stuff will come, which will be actually using the Shopify store by making it, making everything else. So I will see you in that video where we will be making the logo and picking a name for your dropshipping store. All right, in this video, all right, now that our logo is made, let's get into the Shopify store. So it is bland right now. I'll show you guys what it looks like, but it's not good because it's just a normal store that you'll get from Shopify directly off the shelf, and it looks terrible. There's no products. And so I'm going to help you fix that. So first things first, I'm going to add the Sense theme. This is the one I prefer myself and tons of other people. We use this theme. It's a newer one that Shopify rolled out maybe a year ago, maybe a little less, and it's been converting like crazy for us. So I'm going to install that theme and wait for it to install. And then this video, we're going to build out the homepage, and then I have product page, apps, other stuff, pages, shipping, fulfillment, all of these other things that we have to set up that we'll do throughout this whole module, but we're going to start with the basics, which will be the homepage and work our way down from the top. So once your Sense theme is installed, you will go onto Customize right here. And first off, you can click Publish. That way it's the actual theme that's active on your store. After that, you can click Customize and we'll start working on our actual store. So first things first, we are going to go to Theme Settings and then Logo. As you guys recall, we just downloaded and made a logo in the last video. So I'm going to just select an image and then upload it, and I will bring that over onto the store. That's it, done, and now you will see the logos populating on the top. If it looks small, you can just move this around to make it smaller or bigger, whatever you'd prefer. I would recommend checking it on mobile. You will be running TikTok ads, which are going to mostly be mobile. And if you're running desktop ads, you can adjust it accordingly. However, I personally recommend just running with TikTok ads. It's pretty darn easy. So that is that. And then what I would always recommend is you go onto Canva and just take the color. This is going to be this color right here. So we will click that and then copy this code right there. That way, when you start to set up your theme, which I will show you, you'll go to colors and then you can start to see all the different schemes. So this is cool because if you want to have, let's just say this color be a certain, or this block be a certain color, but then maybe a different block of your website, like perhaps down here, a different color, you can have different schemes and select different schemes right here. As you can see on there, you would swap to a different scheme, click select, and then maybe your header is on scheme 2. So that way it's different coloring, as you can see. So that's a cool thing that I often use. However, we'll just edit scheme 1. I always do a white background. However, if you don't want to, if you want to switch it up, you can, but white background looks crisp. Gradient, I remove that. And then text, it's almost black. I'm going to make it fully black. Solid background color. This is where you will paste in that color that you are working with. And then solid button label, we can put that at white. Outline button, black. Shadow, black. Fully black. So those are some basics. If you want to mess around with the colors, you can. It's not anything too crazy, but they're just going to be tweaking the colors. Now, as you will see, they're not all populating. And the reason is because these are all set up with different color schemes. So we will just need to go through and start selecting different schemes. And if they don't look good, you just go and edit a different scheme. So right here, I don't like the fact that this is a white header or announcement bar. So I will click scheme 2, and then I see that that is a green. And so now I would go to this and go to scheme 2, and then I would see which one is the green and select that pink. I believe it's that one. It is not. So I will go and select that and then select that color. And now it should start to populate. There you go. So now as you can see, it is lining up with the other colors. And then here, same exact thing. I'll go to this scheme and select scheme 2. And now it looks very similar. Now that is not on par. That's a green. Let's go here. I think we should actually be on scheme 1. There we go. Okay, that looks a little bit better. However, I want to swap that. So let's go to scheme 2. For scheme 2, there's some weird stuff going on with the coloring. So I'm just going to swap them a little bit. Black, because it was a little purple. And so we don't want that. I don't want it to be purple. I want it to all sync up. So that should look a whole lot better. And it does. I personally like that a lot more. So we will leave that as is. Is there there's a little gray, but that's okay. Oh, it's because there's, yeah. Now let's keep moving and we can see there's featured products right here. Again, this is where it comes into play. If you're doing a general store, you can have featured products. If you're doing a niche store, you still can do that. If you're doing a one product store, you don't have to do that. You can have, instead of featured products, I'll show you right here, you can remove it by just hitting the trash can and then add a featured product. And then what you can do is you can sync it up with products. I'm going to install an app and add products in a second. However, I just wanted to show you how we build out this initial homepage and just sort of lay the foundation. There's other sort of theme settings that you may want to change. For example, typography, you can change the fonts and all that stuff in the theme settings. You can also change the layouts, the page width and all that stuff. You can change animations, buttons, pills, which is basically going to be those things right there, the buttons, and all sorts of other settings are going to be in the theme settings. Now, that's basically it for the homepage. The only thing we'll need to do is start to change all of this content up, but it's already looking a lot better than it once was. The next video, I'm going to install an app and actually get into setting up the suppliers for this store. That way we have a product that we can load onto the website and finalize the store and start building different things out with that product in mind. So I'll show you how to have a supplier synced up on your store, how to fulfill the orders and do all that stuff by the end of the module, and as well as building out this whole store, making it look amazing, because it is far from that right now. So I'm going to make sure I save this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video where I'm going to start covering how to add products onto your website and sync them up with suppliers.